What is up, YouTube? Bobbles and Ball Cards back with another video. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Hope everybody is excited for the big game. If you're a fan of either team in it, good luck. Anyway, I wasn't planning necessarily to do a video on Sundays. I think I'm going to try to keep my schedule Monday, Wednesday, Friday on videos. But I figured being what today was and I made a comment in the last video that Ryan actually picked up on. And also I made a big, statement in the podcast with Carlos and Eric regarding my interest and level of football excitement today. And I thought it would be fun to take today and for what it is. I want to talk about some things. You see there's a pile, it looks like, dirty laundry on the table here. But I'm going to go through and talk about some of this stuff. I have some pictures that I want to share with you guys and some stories I want to tell. Just to kind of share where I used to be and how much I loved football, how much I followed it, and was actually, I got to experience some things that many people probably haven't or won't be able to, that I was blessed to be given the opportunity of. So there's going to be some talking, obviously, today. I dressed for the occasion. I've talked about this jersey. I still own it. It still fits me, believe it or not. But this is a authentic Wilson Pro line, just like they would wear on the field. Bought it from the good old East Bay, not eBay, East Bay back in the day, if y'all remember that. I think I was either a sophomore or junior in high school. Saved up my pennies and bought me a authentic 49ers Steve Young jersey. I was going to buy Jerry Rice, but they were sold out in the size for me. But I still have it. It still fits. So that also kind of reflects on how much I enjoyed football. But let's get into some of this stuff. I'm going to go right from the start. I actually was able to have the opportunity to run a website for an NFL player for a period of time. It was Jerome Simpson. Many of you may not know particularly who he is as a player. He wasn't like a superstar of sorts, but he still gets attention today because he is actually the player, the wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals that did the flip over the player. I believe it was Arizona Cardinals defensive back, and landed on his feet, scoring a touchdown. It was just an insane play. Jerome actually was a track and field athlete at Coastal Carolina. The dude was like rail thin, but he could jump his ass off. So when that play happened, it didn't surprise me. However, he also got himself into some trouble, and that's actually what led me into being a Baltimore Ravens fan. Me and him actually had some falling out due to financials on cost of running the site, and I was also setting up autograph signings for him. I got him a sponsorship deal with a sub shop over in Kentucky. And actually, it was more his girlfriend. She thought that I was asking for financial, assistance with paying for stuff in an unreasonable manner, which I wasn't. I was actually not asking for money to be paid. I was excited to be able to have this opportunity. It came at a period of time where I needed something to kind of help me boost my feelings, because I had lost my brother tragically in a car accident, and it was almost like this was an opportunity that came unexpectedly to give me something to help stay occupied, have some excitement, some positivity, and it helped me, get through a tough time. Unfortunately, I was doing this. No, like I said, I wasn't charging. I wasn't trying to make money off of it. It was more. It was just a cool thing. I got to have passive, like field access at at training camp. Almost said spring training. At training camp, I got opportunities to go to charity events where the Bengals, the whole team, They supported a foundation called the Dragonfly Foundation. Many of you may or may not have heard of them. But it was just a real awesome experience. However, front loading all of these costs on my own, I did, have a family. I was working and trying to, spend all the money. And websites back in the day for security certificates and all that stuff were pretty pricey. Buying the stuff to do the autograph signings and supplying like gifts and giveaways and stuff. I would do things that he could sign and give away at the charity events. It was becoming very costly and putting a burden on me. And his girlfriend thought that I was just trying to use him for the money, and I wasn't asking for anything financially to put in my pocket other than helping cover costs of things that were being done for him. So we kind of had a falling out, and then a few weeks later, obviously, the news broke that, and it was crazy. I'm surprised that I wasn't ever blamed for it, but I honestly didn't know at all. I'd never been to his home. All of our dealings were in public places or, on the field or whatever, or at other events. But he got busted by the feds, and I never would have expected that this guy, just knowing what I knew of him outside of personal life, that he was, and there's no way he wasn't dealing. He was found with 8.5 pounds in total of marijuana, which, even today with it legalized in a lot of places, that's a lot of, a lot of stuff. So he was likely selling and everything, but it still was a cool experience. It led to me getting to meet and having a lot of opportunities. It led to me, obviously, like I said, it's how I became a Ravens fan, because obviously from being from Virginia, Baltimore isn't too far away, so they're kind of local. I don't like the Pittsburgh Steelers, and so it kind of fit, like Baltimore being somewhat local team. The Bengals are in the division, and I absolutely despise the Bengals after they didn't feel like they really gave any sort of punishment for the crime that had happened. And then, of course, the Ravens-Steelers rivalry was pretty fun too. So that's when I became a Ravens fan. It actually would have been in 2011, around that period, 2011 going into 2012. I actually have a little printing that I printed off way back in the day. Actually, it shows right here. I printed this on 1/2 of 2012. So none of that, Pokemon printer shenanigans going on. It actually dated this, but this was from BaltimoreRavens.com. Right here, and I know it's hard to see, but right there, I'm holding up a jersey, and I actually had front row tickets right above the Ravens tunnel for this game. I actually got an opportunity to snap an awesome photo. I used to love dabbling with photography and stuff, and Ray Lewis and Suggs was right below me while they were waiting to run out onto the field. So that was a really cool opportunity to capture that photo. And funny enough, those tickets were given to me by a player of the Bengals, Clark Harris. So that was pretty cool. He knew that I had an issue with the team, the Bengals, and the way that they handled the Simpsons situation. And he knew that I was a new Ravens fan. And so I got tickets right there, front row, right above the team tunnel. So that was really cool. Just to share a couple more pieces from that experience. Here is a photo of me and Jerome, and you see there to Brandon. This was at an old arena team. I don't believe they exist anymore, but they were called the Northern Kentucky River Monsters. And we used to go to several games because Jerome's college dorm mate from Coastal Carolina played on that arena team. Also, I can't remember his name now. It slipped my mind, but the real big dude that played, the real heavyset guy that played quarterback for the Giants, he was the quarterback for the River Monsters. I want to say his name was Jared something, but anyway, memory slipped right there. But yeah, there's a picture of me with Jerome. I have a couple others here that I can share. Let's see here. Is it this one? Nope. It is this one. All right, so here is another picture. This was funny enough with the Mavericks and Luka. This was when the Mavs made the finals, and we were at an autograph signing at a shop in the mall. You can see Jerome just had Bengals jerseys that were released. These were some shirts that we had made, and then he was giving me crap because this was the year that the Mavericks were playing the Heat, and I was saying that the Heat were going to beat them, and he was cheering on for Dallas, as well as this guy here wearing the Mavericks hat. So there's a picture there. So anyway, yeah, that was a fun period of, an experience there. It led to other things, and I'll share those real quick. I'm just going to go in the order of the pile here. This shirt, as I said, I had lost my brother in 2008. He was actually born on St. Patrick's Day, March 17th of 1989. And Roy Williams, who played for the Cowboys as well as the Bengals, when he was about to leave Cincinnati, he had made a post on Twitter and said, "Hey, going to be cleaning out my closet or whatever," and was like had some posts of clothes and stuff. And I just made a comment about this shirt because it hit me with the 4-leaf clover and stuff. And he actually reached out, got my address, and sent me this shirt. So really cool. I've never wore it or anything, but it's really cool. I like the saying on it. And had the 4-leaf clover there for my brother and St. Patrick's Day. And that came from Roy Williams. Next, my dude Ocho. Loved this guy when he was in Cincinnati. This is the Ocho jersey. He has signed it now. I also have some other Ocho stuff here. I have both of his books, and they are both signed inside. Right there. And then Chad, I can't be stopped. And I also have it signed right there. I actually had the opportunity to hang out with Chad on several occasions. If you are not aware of Chad and how popular he was on social media, he was very open. The dude was genuine as could be. Like, his persona that he had, like, in the games and stuff, acting a fool and being funny and all of that, or what he would, like, when he would be tweeting and stuff like that, talking about having a smart car and eating McDonald's and all this other stuff, the dude was genuine. He was he would be what I would describe as a class clown. But when you met him, he was the same way in person. But he used to post on occasion, "Hey, the first 50 people to show up at the theater, we're going to go watch a movie." And I actually got to hang out with him there one time. I also got to hang out with him a couple other times at a book signing. And then also, I didn't see him the night before the game, but the Super Bowl when he was on the Patriots and it was in Indianapolis, I got to hang out at the team hotel the night before, but I was actually there with his brother Chauncey. I had dropped off a jersey that I had the whole team sign of Chris Henry because Chad and Chris were very close. And if anybody remembers Henry's tragic accident when he got thrown out the back of the pickup truck that his girlfriend was driving, her fiance. Anyway, them two were close, and I had a Henry jersey that I had the whole Bengals sign, and I was dropping that off to, I wanted to give that to Chad. But I'll go back over here again. Oh, I keep hitting the wrong one. So this is a weird picture. It's kind of funny, but you can kind of see and get a idea of the time frame. So this was at one of the movies where Chad was taking people and just like going to the movies or whatever. But you see back here, I believe that was it's probably Toy Story 2 or Toy Story 3. I can't tell for certain. But anyway, it was, you can see one of the Toy Stories was in theaters. This would have been right around 2010 probably. So whatever time frame that fits up at. Here's a photo I took of the hotel, the team hotel that I was talking about when the Super Bowl was in town. Went there and got to hang out with his brother and a couple other folks the night before the Super Bowl. Actually, that was the first year, and y'all can fact check me on all this stuff. The Super Bowl in Indianapolis, back then it was Lucas Oil Stadium, was the first year that they allowed general public to Media Day. And it was the year that Patriots and Giants were playing. So I have gotten to see Brady and Gronk and Eli and all those guys, right there days before the Super Bowl. So that was a really cool experience. But yeah, there's a couple pictures of Chad, just sharing those. I really enjoyed that guy. I was sad when he left Cincinnati. But anyway, all right, so let's lead in. I'm going to go into this before I get into my Ravens stuff. I'm going to share these. These are both pictures that I made, and you can see the little double B logo down there. That was my little logo that I put on stuff. This is Larry Fitzgerald and Marcus Fitzgerald, and I quickly designed this and had both of them sign it, as well as this, and you can see right there the double B logo. It's not my best work, but it was done in a rush, and it's signed up there by Fitz. One of the coolest things that I ever had the opportunity to do was actually, I got contacted one night by Marcus. Me and him had chatted many times on social media, and he said, hey, we're up in Indy if you want to come hang out. And I was like, okay, cool. Where are you guys at? He said, we're at the Pacers game. Larry, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he said Larry's wanted to come up and watch his teammate, one of his college teammates, played for the Vancouver Grizzlies. Now, again, this kind of tells you time periods here because they're now Memphis, but they were in town. They were catching the basketball game, and I actually went to the stadium because I thought that's where they wanted me to like meet them at. And they told me what hotel they were staying at, which was downtown Indy. I went down, I had a Ford Explorer Sport at the time. It actually, I had been in an accident a few weeks prior, and it had some damage done to it. So yeah, it was not the best of looks for somebody coming to meet, Larry Fitzgerald. But it actually turned into a joke that Larry had tweeted back to me about getting my Explorer fixed. So that was kind of funny. But I left it, I thought there was parking on the street, and turned out it was valet parking. So anyway, when you're with someone like Larry Fitzgerald, apparently the hotel doesn't matter because my car didn't get towed or anything, thank God. But they pulled up, got out and everything. Larry said he was hungry, so we went across the street to a sports bar. It was actually, you can see in the photo, that's his brother Marcus. This was an uncle, and that was Larry. And then you see this manila envelope right here, and that's where those two photos were that I had Larry sign. Again, it was just cool to be able to hang out with him, talk. As you can see, I wasn't like sitting next to Larry. I wasn't like up his ass. I wasn't fanboying or anything like that. I've learned something about being around a lot of these guys. If they can sense that you're just treating them like another person, you're a fan, you support them, as a player, you enjoy watching them, that sort of thing. But in-person interactions, just treating them as just someone that you can talk to, they're going to treat you the same way. And so I wasn't going to sit there and bullshit and be pushy or anything like that. I was just enjoying the moment, getting to talk to them, getting to learn a little bit more about them. Like I said, they were both kind enough to sign the pictures, and you can see I still have them to this day. That was back in 2012, because I remember I texted my now wife, we weren't married at the time, that I was going out to dinner with Larry Fitzgerald, and she thought I was lying to her, especially when she Googled who Larry Fitzgerald was. So that's always a funny story, because she was like, yeah, sure, you're full of shit. And anyway, these are pieces that can't be replaced and that I know no one else has. They're one of ones, as we like to say in the hobby. All right, fast forward to the Ravens. Now, as a Raven fan, I was instantly drawn. As I said, I'm a fan of wide receivers. I was instantly drawn to Torrey Smith. First of all, he was a rookie. Second of all, he came out, had some really big games. But he also is from Stafford, Virginia. And he was also pretty humble. And if you messaged him, he would actually message you back. And I asked him one time if he ever played my high school when he was in high school. Not that we played each other, but did he ever play against my high school? And he was like, yeah, I'm never going to forget it. We lost to y'all by 1. The kicker missed an extra point. And so I always had like this little bragging rights with him. But he started doing these charity games and he would hold them at Stafford High School. And the first time I ever went to one, he actually remembered our conversation on social media and took me back to the locker room where everybody was and gave me a jersey from the game. You can see there, Torrey Smith Foundation Under Armour jersey, and signed it. And a lot of people, if y'all aren't aware, just call me. My name is Brandon, but a lot of people will call me B. And he signed it to B. Torrey Smith. Thanks for your support. So, again, this was also in 2012 here. So that's the Torrey Smith charity jersey. This was, if anybody ever watched the players do like what college they're from and everything, Terrell Suggs always would say he was from Ball So Hard University, and he was at one of the charity games. And so Torrey had the Ball So Hard University done up in the Maryland colors, which is where Torrey went to college. There you got the BSHU on there. So I do have one of the Ball So Hard University t-shirts still. Here's a Torrey Smith jersey. This is the first thing he ever signed for me. It's kind of aged a little bit, but, I keep it in the closet now. I don't wear it or anything like that. And then these are my daughters. Now, I'm going to share some pictures again with you guys. And if you're still sticking around, I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoy these stories because it is part of the side of collecting. I think sharing stories, giving more depth, is good for people to get to know who you are. So, as you may know or remember, Jacoby Jones actually has recently passed away. And my daughter absolutely loved Jacoby Jones. She loved him when he was on Dancing with the Stars. And I promised her that if he ever came to one of Tori's events, that I would make sure she got to meet him. And so here is my daughter with, well, when she was young, she's 19 now, but with Tori. And you can see that smile on her face, and you can see she's wearing the Jacoby jersey and has it signed. I don't know if it's going to show up in the small picture there, but he did sign it for her. So she was pretty sad when she heard the news. But she loved her some Jacoby Jones. Let's see. Other pictures from the events. Let's see. Well, here is me and Tori. This is actually from the game that I showed earlier where I had the tickets above the tunnel. You can see here he's wearing the division champs hat. They clinched the division, winning that game. So that's me, a younger me, with Tori there. And that's actually the jersey I showed y'all that he had signed for me. Here is Anquan Bolden signing for my daughter. Actually, this football, which has Jacoby, it has Ed Reed, and then it has Anquan in black, but it's hard to see right there. And then, let's see, I think... So that's all the pictures. I have a nice picture of Ed Reed, but I didn't put it over on the computer to share. And then her bragging rights is I have one jersey of the Ravens that's not signed. I have a few other ones that I didn't put out here that are signed. But I have one jersey that is not signed, and it is a Joe Flacco. And my daughter, actually, I don't have a Joe Flacco auto at all. However, my daughter does. And she has her Flacco jersey signed because I went to go get concessions, and her little butt got up, walked right out onto the court, and tapped Joe on the shoulder at one of the games, at one of the charity games, and had him sign her jersey. So she got the bragging rights that she got Flacco's auto. I still do not have one. But anyway, I know this video is getting longer, but I want to share some cards with you guys. We'll just go through them pretty quickly here. But I do have a box. Here is Bowman Ed Reed in an SGC 7.5. I'm going to show some Ravens here. Score Lamar Deep Dive in a 9.5. Mosaic Stained Glass Lamar 8.5. Here's a Panini Playbook Lamar Rookie in a 9.5. Donruss Rated Rookie, just your basic paper, in a 10. A Suggs Upper Deck Star Rookie in an 8.5. Topps Finest Ed Reed in a 9.5. Here's like a Prism Draft Purple Prism Crusade Lamar. Score Lamar. This was one that was sent in by one of the people that submits with us as a joke. They destroyed the Lamar card and had it graded in a 1 for me. Fleer Ray Lewis Rookie 9.5. Phoenix Lamar Rookie in a 10. Anquan Finest Rookie in an 8. Donruss the Rookies Lamar. And I know I'm going through these pretty quick. I want to make sure that people don't get too bored and can still see the cards. Chrome Joe Flacco PSA 10. Torrey Smith Contenders. This is the no logo on helmet variation in a 9 with a 10 auto. Collector's Edge Masters Jamal Lewis PSA 9. Suggs Finest Rookie Auto. Select Lamar Rookie in a 10. Playoff Honors out of 1,000 Ed Reed Rookie. The Topps Ed Reed Rookie. We got Miles Boykin Dragon Scale out of 88. A Ray Lewis Prism Orange out of 249. Bowman Chrome Ed Reed Auto Rookie 9.5 with a 10 auto. Stadium Club Ray Lewis in a 9. Blue Press Proof Donruss Lamar in a 10. This is, I need to get this re-slabbed. The slab cracked, but pristine Suggs out of $14.99. Jacoby Jones Contenders in a 10. So that one's pretty cool. Ed Reed Contenders, and I just have this in authentic because there's an issue with the card down here, and I just wanted it slabbed. I do that sometimes. I know people probably think that's crazy, but sometimes I just have things encapsulated instead of getting a low number. Ray Rice, so we're in the not so swell fella guys. Contenders 9.5, and then Tucker unfortunately is in the news for all the wrong reasons now. That makes me really sad, but here's his Contenders 9.5/10. Haloti Nada, this is the gold out of 52 National Treasures Rookie Auto in an 8. Dennis Pitta Contenders 9 with 10 auto. Suggs Contenders in a 9.5. So that is slabbed Ravens stuff. I'll go through real quick. I have a few others here that are non-Ravens that I'll show real quick. And then I'll let you guys get going along. So, as I said, Chad, there's a Legacy Postmarks. This is a pretty cool one because it has the date that he made his debut. So that's in a CGC 9. AJ Green. I got this one because, to be honest with you, I was at Andy Dalton and AJ Green's first ever NFL training camp. I'll tell you, from day one, AJ Green made veterans look silly. Dude was really, really good at wide receiver. Chad Johnson, Donruss Elite Status Die Cut out of 80. Fitzgerald Topps and a PSA 9 and the Topps collection. The difference is the gold and the silver foil. Both PSA 9s. Emmitt Smith Fleer Update Rookie. Emmitt Smith Action Packed Update Rookie. Emmitt Smith Pro Set Rookie. Fitzgerald Bowman paper. The Emmitt Smith Topps Traded. I still have no idea why they got a 6. This is something I'll get into later, but this is the Archives Reserve Jim Brown rookie refractor in a 9. There's something I want to share with that. Here is the Emmitt score supplemental. I said it was a 9 with a 10 auto. It's an 8 with a 10 auto, so my apologies. I couldn't remember exactly if it was a 9 or an 8, but I knew it wasn't a 10, but near mint 8 with 10 auto on the score supplemental. Bowman first edition Fitzgerald. One of my wife's favorite all-time Cowboys players. She's a Cowboys fan, but Jason Witten first edition Topps. Emmitt Smith linchpins. Emmitt Smith Topps Gallery of Heroes. Chad Johnson refractor rookie out of 9.99 on the chrome. And then National Treasures out of 56 Jim Brown. This is an 8 with a 10 auto. So as you can see, even with my graded stuff, my non-Ravens is still kind of tied to a lot of the players, or history or experiences of things that I've done with Fitzgerald, Chad Johnson, Bengals in general. I do have a few other things in there. My wife is a Cowboy fan, so of course I do have some Cowboy stuff. But overall, again, I just thought it'd be fun to share, give some depth, give some of the story side of things, why it's important to me. I know there's a lot of talking in this one, but hope you guys enjoy. As always, I appreciate all of you. Enjoy the game today. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and until the next video, I'm out.